Hi everyone, and welcome back to my new Model Barmy channel and part 6 of the build of my N-gauge shunting layout in a wine box. And this is the final part of the build, and as you can see now it has a name, Bottle Box Lane. So as this is the final part of the build video series, thank you for everybody that's joined me along on this journey. This has been a fun one. I've really enjoyed this, and thank you for all your comments, because that's what keeps me building these crazy little layouts and coming up with these daft ideas. So thank you again. So let's get into the final part of the build. I will do a subsequent video on the completed layout, which will have some running. So we'll have some locos actually running on the video that I will subsequently shoot. Anyway, enough waffling. Let's show you what I've been up to. Right, so with the buildings done and the background more or less complete, I needed to think about what we're going to do with this foreground. So one of my issues was the little switch thing that the Kato turnouts use to manually operate the points. So I've made a little sort of line side structure here. Let's get this to focus, out of plastic card, and that literally is going to sit in there like so. So that kind of is just like one of these little brick built line side structures that you see, and that will just cover from the viewer's perspective that little switch. And I thought, well, this siding's probably going to be running along a lane or a road of some description, so it needs to be fenced off from the general public. So I thought, right, I'm going to make myself a little wall. So I made that, and that will be obviously painted up in brickwork. So this is quite simply plasticard again. Let's get this to focus. Come on, there we go. Plasticard and some railings. It's 4 laminations of brick plasticard with some coping stones that I've made in the top there. So that will be just painted up, but I won't put that on until after I've addressed some of the rest of this. So I need to sort out some greenery and various other maybe little bits of detritus that you'd see by the side of the line. So I think I probably need to do that now, and I'll paint this lot as well. Right, so I've painted my little structure there, which is hiding the switchgear for the Kato points, and as you might see, I've now given the factory a name. So let's just, there we go, C. Larratt Glass Limited. So if you read it quickly, it might say Claret Glass Limited, which is a nod not only to the fact that this is a wine box, but claret is a shameless nod to my beloved West Ham United, which obviously any of you regulars will know is often a feature on my layouts, and have been a burden of mine since about 1976. But anyway, so let's pop that back on. So I've also painted the wall, so done that in the same style as the rest of the building. So let's just see if we can focus on that. So oil wash and dry brushing with oil paints, a little bit of rust on the railings. I've also popped the buffers into place, but I've not glued them down or painted them yet. So that will sit in there when it's glued, but I don't want to really do that yet until I've fiddled about with the rest of this. So I need to put some detritus and weeds and stuff in there. So to that end, I bought myself just, well, I don't need to show you what a sponge looks like, but these are bits of sponge. Let's move that back for a sec. Like natural kind of sponges, which I bought from a well-known home bargain store, and I've used poster paints and a little bit of matte Mod Podge to colour these. So my plan with these is to cut them up into slightly smaller pieces. I'm not going to use them like that because they look like sponges, but I'm going to put them in my good lady's blender to make up some of my own clump foliage. Now she's off to bingo tomorrow night, so that's an excellent opportunity for me to do that without being under her watchful gaze, and she'll never know. It's a beautiful plan. It's a beautiful plan. So 3 different colours. I shall probably mix them up to different sort of consistencies, and then we'll see how they turn out, because I'm always after doing things on the cheap, and with the blimmin' cost of clump foliage and scatter and all that malarkey now, if I can find a cheap way of doing this, I will do it. Anyway, we'll see how that turns out. So I guess we better get on with it, really. Okay, so now it's tomorrow night. Madam has been safely packed off to bingo, so I've been at work with the blender, and this is what I've come up with. So there we go. So 3 colours. So this is literally whacked in the blender for, I don't know, seconds. So slightly darker one, and then a middly sort of olive greeny one. So there you go. You've got to be, I suppose, what, minimum of £8 worth of ground cover there, and that is half a natural sponge, and each natural sponge cost me 49p. So there you go, 24.5p or whatever, to get that much scatter ground cover material for next to nothing, and the poster paint and Mod Podge I already had in stock. So there we go. And no NutriBullets were buggered up in the process of making this, so when Madam comes back she will never know. So it was a beautiful plan. So there we go. So now I've just got to glue some onto the layout, I guess. So there we are. I've glued my greenery onto the layout. Thankfully there was no clump foliage found in any smoothies this week, although she did question why there was sort of green algae looking stuff in the sink, so maybe I didn't get away with it. She'd never find out either way because she doesn't watch my videos. She's not that interested in model railways, but thank you to those of you that do, to be fair. Anyway, so here we go. So I'm quite happy how that's turned out. So lots of different colours, different grades of greenery glued on. Oh yeah, I've done the buffers. So the buffers are, I wanted this basically to look like a very overgrown, little used siding, running adjacent to a lane, hence the wall along the front, which I think kind of works and sort of finishes the front of it off. So there we go. Oh, I ought to show you the lights really, hadn't I? Right, stand by. There we go. I've dimmed the lights in the man cave, so now you can see the full effect. So I did actually reintroduce the flickering red light down the bottom there to sort of simulate the furnace or what have you that you would have in a glass factory. So I'm happy with the illumination for the signage. That's come out quite well, and of course I've got my 4 sort of yard lamps there, and I'm happy that this sort of adds to the general atmosphere of what is truly a very tiny exhibition layout. I mean, realistically you could turn up with this in a rucksack and exhibit it. There'd be enough room in a rucksack for the locos, rolling stock, the layout, and the Kato controller, and 2 point switches. So very, very portable indeed. Anyway, I guess that kind of wraps this one up now. So once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this series. As I said at the intro, I will do another video on the completed layout with some trains running. So watch out for that. and hope to catch you on the next project. So take care everyone, and I'll look forward to seeing you again. Cheers.